Hi, I'm Hastings, and welcome to All the Other Music Stuff, a podcast that explores some of the overlooked aspects of the music industry. And today, I have a colleague and a friend. Should I call you friend?
I would like to hope we're friends.
Yeah, so a colleague and a friend. Kao is in the studio, and I'm excited about this episode. But yeah, without further ado, Kao, can you do the honors and introduce yourself to the audience and tell us what you do in the music industry?
Hi, so I'm Kyle Allens. I am a musician, as I'm sure you might have assumed by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so specifically, I'm a percussionist. I play djembe and all these other toys and stuff, triangles. I'm a professional triangle player.
Ooh, yeah, someone who has categorically put themselves as a triangle player. Loving that, yeah.
Yeah, and marimba teacher and just an overall musician.
Awesome, cool. And I mean, with someone listening now, what is a percussionist? How do you define a percussionist? Because some people, if you say percussionist, like you said, djembe or whatever, it's all these arrays of instruments, or maybe they'll think like drums mostly.
Yeah.
But I know there's a specific definition of why you're saying you're a percussionist. Can you please expand on that?
Well, normally when I tell people I'm a percussionist, they're always like, what's that?
Yeah.
Like, to simplify it for a basic, everyday person, I like to say anything that you hit and it makes a noise, I play it.
You play it, okay. But like now with the training you have, because I understand you from an orchestra background as well. Like that's another definition of percussionist.
Yeah.
Can you expand on that? What instruments do you find at the percussion section in an orchestra?
Well, if you're coming from an orchestral perspective, you start with the timpanis.
Okay.
Then moving along, you get all like the bass drums, the cymbals, triangles, tambourines. Then there's other small things here and there, depending on how adventurous the composer wants
Auxiliary
to be.
percussion. Right?
Sometimes they'll say they
Yeah.
want an anvil. Don't know where you're supposed to get
Okay.
an anvil, like we're stuck in the Industrial Revolution. But yeah, sometimes we just make other instruments up using the instruments we have. So like if
Okay.
they want a cannon, obviously you're not going to pull a whole cannon.
Yeah. But then you
Civil
find
War,
ways
but you're going to use a
Alright.
bass drum or something. Just
To-
depends how you hit it, what you use it to
Okay.
hit it.
All right, no, cool. And what's your earliest memory like of playing music?
Well, always as a kid, I always used to like just tap on the table, make a noise. Then when I started my musical career, my journey, when I went to the Drakensberg, there I was exposed to a bit more instruments.
Oh yeah.
So there I started actually playing instruments for the first time. I think played a djembe for the first time. They like played tambourines and stuff, like more than just at school messing around. So
Okay.
I became an actual.
So Drakensberg Boys, hi. Was it student primary or at high school
No,
level
so
when you
it's
get to
a
Drakensberg?
mix of the two. So Drakensberg
Okay.
goes from grade 4 to grade 9. So the end of your primary school career and the start of your high school career. That's where
Okay,
the
cool.
school
How
sits.
did you find that? Like, it's an all-boys school,
Yeah,
right?
it's an all-boys
Yeah,
school.
how did you find that?
No, that was great. I enjoyed the experience. It taught me a lot about life and shaped me into the musician that I am, but also just molded me as a person.
Awesome. And I know it's big on choir.
Yeah,
Like, were you part of the choir?
If you go to that school, you are in the
You
choir.
are in the choir.
So normally it's you go to a school and there's a choir.
Yeah.
In this case, it's a choir school.
It's a
so
choir
when you
school,
go to
okay.
the school, everything is centered around
Wow.
the choir. So
Wow.
there's times where they sacrifice academics
For the choir. Oh,
when
wow.
there's a tour happening or something. Academics. One of
Okay.
the very few instances where academics is actually
Wow.
sacrificed for.
That's rare, eh? Like, because most schools, like, there are sports schools and academic schools, but like finding like more first school that's on the cultural side and it's a normal school, that's like a little gem out there.
Yeah, so there's academics every day, but then I'm not sure what it's like now. But when I was there, it was 2 hours of choir rehearsal every single day,
Every
Monday to
day.
Friday.
Wow.
Saturdays, there was 4 hours of choir.
Wow.
Sundays,
Does
you gotta rest.
like do you have to audition like at that young age to get
Yeah,
into the
you
school?
audition to enter the school like a normal school. So you have a vocal audition to see if you can sing, and you'll be able to grow, and they'll be able to develop
Okay.
your talent. And then there's also obviously the academic side. So you
Yeah.
have to write an aptitude test to see if you
Okay, wow.
academically inclined.
That's really interesting. Okay, so I'm assuming, because if you're saying you went there grade 4, you are about what? 10, 11
Yeah,
years?
so I started school
Yeah.
a year early, so I was 8 when I started there.
Okay, 8. So that means your parents are more the ones making the decisions that they want to take you to this school.
So yeah, that
So-
was my parents' decision.
yeah.
At the time, I was like, why? Obviously, I'm 8 years old, so I'm
Yeah.
scared, like
Yeah.
I'm going away from my family
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah.
But then it's like also, I'm adventurous, so I do like
Yeah.
adventure. So it's like, okay, let's see what happens here.
Okay.
And
So the reason I'm asking is that like you find out like most musicians when they wanna get into the careers of music, they usually find it that they don't have the supportive structure from home. Like say like, no, you wanna get into music and stuff. So I'm interested to find out.
yeah, so for
about
me,
that
at
from
least,
you.
that's
Yeah.
one thing I've really been blessed with. I've had very supportive family. They've always supported my career, my decisions, regardless of what I wanted to do.
Okay.
They've always supported it, and they obviously are still my biggest supporters. And if I
Yeah.
have a show, whenever
Yeah.
there's something to do with my music
Yeah.
or something, they want to be
Wow.
there to
That's
they
a
want to listen.
blessing,
They want
yeah.
all the videos, all the pictures. They ask who you're performing with this
Yeah.
week.
Wow. That's really cool.
So yeah, I've been blessed in that aspect.
That's really cool. All right. So, I mean, I know you, I met you at the JYO. You're a fellow JYO alumni, Johannesburg Youth Orchestra. if you're wondering by now what's JYO, you haven't watched some of the episodes. So please do go and check out some of the episodes. So how did you hear about the Johannesburg Youth Orchestra?
Well, I think we all know Vian by now, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So at the time when after Drakensberg, I went to NSA, National School of the Arts.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You see, I'd forgotten about that. Okay, yeah, but let's
So music has been the direction
Yeah.
I've been heading in. So when I started at NSA, I obviously chose to do percussion as one of my instruments, and then Vian was my percussion teacher.
Oh, cool.
At
At
NSA.
NSA, yeah.
Then he saw obviously my percussion skills. He saw I was passionate about playing and all that. So then he told me to audition and join
The Johannesburg
company.
Youth Orchestra. Okay, awesome. That's pretty cool. How's life at NSA, by the way? Because I mean, that's also like another unique gem that concentrate on the arts in the country. How was your journey at the school?
So NSA was also different again. Like having come from an all-boys school that was
Yeah.
constantly touring,
Yeah.
constantly performing. So I was already used to all of that. But then coming back now, it's co-ed and there's a whole
Yeah.
array of instruments now.
Yeah.
So the focus is away from choir now, but
True.
now everybody's instrumentalists.
Yeah.
There's amazing singers who have gone on to do amazing stuff like idols and
Wow.
joining the Soweto Gospel Choir,
Yeah.
Joyous Celebration. Like they even lead those choirs.
Wow.
So
From
going
NSA,
Drakis
yeah.
to end up at NSA, that was a big shift. But then again, being a musician, you also have to be exposed to all these different aspects of the industry.
Very true.
Because you also meet different people.
Yeah.
You'll see that not every gig or something, even
Yeah.
if it's with the same people, the spaces are always different. So you have to be able to adjust.
True.
So
yeah.
it also taught me a lot on how to adjust and
Okay.
readapt.
Okay, that's cool. And that's where you did your metric.
Yeah, I finished
Okay.
matric there at NSA.
All right, cool. So now you're at the Johannesburg Youth Orchestra. Obviously auditioned to get into the percussion section. Was that your first encounter of being in an orchestral percussion section, or Drakis? And was there an orchestra at NSA?
NSA had a small school
Okay.
orchestra there.
Okay.
At the time, it was actually growing and started
Yeah.
thriving a bit. But obviously, JYO was much bigger than
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So I played in the NSA orchestra a bit in my first year.
Mm-hmm.
Then I joined the orchestra company grade 11.
Okay.
Yeah, so then I joined the wind band. I didn't actually play for the youth orchestra.
Okay, there was the wind band. So there's the different types of groups within the Johannesburg Youth Orchestra. There was the orchestra, if we can put it that way, and then there was the wind band, which is primarily made of wind instruments and stuff. But like it's sort of still like an orchestra setup. But like think the voices are more of wind instruments.
Orchestra without the violins and all that.
Yeah.
And the percussion section's the star of the show there.
Yeah, cool. So how's your experience at the Johannesburg Youth Orchestra?
No, I feel like that really created a shift, and it plays a pivotal role in my percussion career because that's where I really developed my skills. I learned how to play in a band of that size and playing in an orchestra, learning orchestral etiquette and how all of that works.
Yeah.
And also really actually moved my skills from like, I'd say beginner, intermediate to a more advanced level.
Okay.
Because the wind band, we always played such challenging music.
Yeah.
Forced you to grow, get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, wind band was hectic, eh? Like, you just made me have a flashback on some of those pieces. But that's pretty awesome. And you're in grade 11 now when you join. Was that a pivotal moment, you'd say, like, for you to then further study? Because I know you then went to Wits.
Wits, and I studied percussion there. So, yeah, that's definitely one of the main factors that made me end up going down this route to become a professional percussionist later on.
Wow.
Because I always enjoyed like just hitting things, making a noise. Like, so I'm always tapping.
Yeah.
So then that really helped turn that habit
into a career now, which is pretty cool. So at Wits, also, can you take me through that? You have to audition, obviously.
Yeah, Wits, you have to audition. Of course, write a music theory exam. You have to play an audition.
Had you done any theory exam prior to your audition?
Lots.
Okay.
So in the Drakensberg, like I said, it's a choir school. Music is the focus there. So there, everybody does music theory. You do oral training. So you can do instruments on the side individually, like any other school. But there you have to do theory. You have to do oral training. So we did UNISA, and then you graded exams from there already. In SA, I think we did Royal Schools there, so I also did the grade 5 exam there, so it was already university level entrance there. So theory has been ingrained into me since the beginning.
That's pretty cool. So at Wits, you get into Wits. I just want to, because like I said, with this platform, I want it to be as practical as possible. If someone is out there watching Carl's interview and they were like, okay, what's my next step? And maybe they're like in grade 11, grade 12, they want to make a decision now to get into music. So you are first year at Wits. Can you just take me through your experience? Probably just that first year. What sort of things that you saw that they were different from NSA and Drakensberg, if there were any as well?
Yeah, so Wits was also more of a shock for me to see the level of skills that people have coming in as first years.
Yeah.
Because like obviously you were exposed to your high school people. So some people could really play, but most people like obviously at the same level as you or slightly lower. Now when you come into university, there's people from all walks of life, people various ages. So other people have studied other degrees and now they finally studying music. Some people have gone on into other careers and they decided, okay, now I actually want to do what I actually love. So now you're coming in as an 18-year-old, you're sharing lecture classes with 34-year-olds, 50-year-olds. So it's various levels of life experience and skill development. So being thrown into all of that exposes you to, okay, people can actually play.
Okay.
So now this forces me to, to
also step up your game. And that's really cool. And now at Wits, where you're still majoring in percussion.
Yeah, so performance was my major, but but I chose percussion for my performance.
Because I know I think your teacher there was it Magda?
Yeah, Magda was the reason I went to Wits.
Okay.
Because
why would you say she was the reason for you to go to Wits?
Yeah, so when I was in the Drakensberg, we did Starlight Classics, so we performed with the orchestra, and then that year, when was it? I think it was 2010 for the World Cup.
Oh wow!
Back then.
Yeah.
So then Magda was performing a marimba solo there at Starlight.
Wow.
I think she played Flight to the Bumblebee, or she played something with 4 minutes or something, but I can't remember exactly what, but I remember watching this and like, wow.
Wow.
Like that is some skill level that I want to be able to attain one day.
Yeah.
So at that moment, I'm like, if I ever had the chance to get taught by her, this was just like a far-off dream. I'm like, okay, I'm never actually going to see her. I'm never going to speak to her.
Yeah.
But I always remembered the name.
Okay.
So then 2 years later, Magda, she performed at the school with us for one of our festivals. I think it was our Christmas festival.
Okay, wow.
Then again, I was just like, by then my percussion skills have grown. So then also my passion for percussion also grew a bit more.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need to learn from her.
Yeah.
Still, at the time, also like, okay, I'm probably not going to ever meet her, but it's a dream to have.
Yeah.
So then I actually finished matric, or towards the end of matric, I was considering going to join the Air Force.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. I never knew
I actually
that.
wanted to join more for like the fitness and all that, because I'm also into fitness.
Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, it makes sense. I mean, we'll chat more about that, but yeah, okay, yeah.
So I wanted to go join the Air Force and play in the Air Force, but maybe go and study something through the Air Force.
And I mean, if you can see, Chloe is very pumped up. I mean, we'll chat about that, but yeah, interesting. I didn't know that you wanted to join the Air Force.
So that was actually where I was set. I wanted to join the Air Force. That's what I was planning to. We had gotten in contact with a major there.
Yeah.
I was going to sort everything out. Then, without knowing, my dad actually just filled out the application form for Wits for me.
Oh, wow. For music?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because, me, I'm also kind of stubborn. So when I want to do something like this is what I want to do. When somebody tells me, maybe you should try this, I'm like, fine, I'll do it to make you happy, but I'm still actually going to do what I want to do.
Okay.
So then just to like make him happy and just keep him off my back, I'm like, okay, I'll go do this audition at Wits.
Okay.
Not expecting to get in, really.
Yeah.
But just like, okay, so I've done it.
And then you got in.
Then I went for the audition. I played my audition piece. And then I remember the professor in my audition, it was Malcolm Ney. He told me, he was telling me about what they have to offer at Wits. Then I remember he said, our percussion teacher is Magda de Vries.
Wow.
And then I was like, what? Like I was smiling, like, what? And then in that moment, I'm like, okay, I'm coming to Wits.
And then all the military ambitions of being major, general, just went like,
yeah, so in that moment, I'm like, this is what I've been.
Okay. Wow. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm glad I'm having this chat with you because I didn't know that part at all. So awesome. So you at Wits, you're doing the percussion with Magda. You finished the degree at Wits.
Yeah, I finished.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
There.
Yeah, awesome. So now you're done with the degree. You're out of university. Did you at any point now consider doing another career, maybe going back to the army?
I did. I'm still even like last week I was still like, should I still? Like, people tell me about all the applications and like, should I? But not really. Yeah. So that's been a part of what I wanted, but not so much anymore.
Okay, but now you are mostly freelancing musician.
Freelance musician.
Okay, how's that for you, as being a freelancer musician? Like.
Yeah, so that itself has been one journey to be on. Because I ended up teaching, which is like something I used to say I'm never going to do.
Yeah.
And then everybody tells you you're going to end up teaching. And then
it seems everybody finds their way with teaching. Okay, let's get into that. Do you enjoy teaching now? Or is it still something that probably you're just doing because you need the bucks?
Yeah, so first and foremost, performing is my passion. So whenever I get a chance to perform, that will always be, I'll put everything off to go and perform.
Okay, cool.
So teaching has grown more.
Yeah.
on me because I've also developed myself as a performer, as a musician, as an overall person through teaching.
Through the teaching.
And then also watching my students grow from not knowing how to hold a stick to suddenly it feels like suddenly, meanwhile it's like 5 years or whatever. Then they can suddenly play all these solos. They're playing faster. And actually sounding
you
like
can see the development and the progress.
Like I can listen to them and okay, you can actually be a professional musician one day. Like, okay, I helped you on this journey. May not be thanks to me, but I played a part in this.
In the journey.
That has grown on me. And I have learned a lot through teaching.
It is life-changing once you start teaching.
So even though I didn't want to do it, I am thankful that I did end up in teaching.
Which is cool.
Because I end up practicing stuff. The kids teach you things. You think of things in different ways now. Even as yourself. You find different ways to practice yourself. You find different ways to interpret what you're playing. And it actually gives you a chance to test what you know.
True. Actually, I had not seen it from that angle, but that's really true. Okay, so with the freelancing, how do you navigate the gigging world? Is it something like a challenge to get the gigs? Or, I mean, obviously, everyone would always want more gigs, but like, how are you finding the freelancing world?
Yeah, so in the beginning, it was on a great trajectory. Started getting more gigs, more bookings. Then obviously COVID happened and then some gigs started.
COVID. If you mention COVID, mate, I mean, for all the musicians, artists out there, you're opening a wound. We still
we'll all suffer together. We'll heal together.
We are here for each other. But
so then obviously that's took a hit, and then now since COVID, it's been like a roller coaster. Like sometimes it picks up, sometimes quiet. You waiting for calls. You see other people that got into the game after you getting gigs, and you're like, what? But then that also helped me grow more in terms of what I actually want to do and what I want out of the industry. Because as much as I love playing, I also don't want to be playing for other people all the time, just waiting for other people saying, Kyle, please come and play, we need you. Now it's also helped me realize and actually helped me push more for what I want, which is I want to do my own gigs. Playing what I want to, the way I want to, without somebody like a conductor there saying, to play and so that's also why I started DJing, why I started getting into producing, so I can make my own stuff, I can play with the freedom I want, I can charge what I want.
Awesome. So I mean, like you just mentioned the DJing now. So like you say, you wanna take ownership of what you wanna do, the sound you wanna play and stuff. And obviously that's coming from you diversifying from just being a percussionist, mostly prominent in the orchestra world. And also like, I mean, I play with you in the marimba band. We are part of the Blue Earth Marimba Band. Shout out. Right.
Book us for your wedding and your birthday party.
Right. So, I mean, there's also that going on. But from your perspective, how do you see diversifying as a musician? Like, is it important or it's not?
Yeah. So that's, for me, there's two sides to it. So on the one hand, if you stick to the one thing that you're really good at and you push for it, like you see those prodigies that this is the instrument, but they're the best at it. Then if that's the route you go down and that you can make a career out of it, you can go for that.
Then you just stick to that.
For me and my experience and what I've seen generally, like if the more you can play in terms of number of instruments, the different genres you can play, styles, there is more work for you out there.
Oh wow!
And then obviously you'll be able to tap into different markets a lot easier because you can play all these different things.
Okay, I mean, like you say, you put it so well. Because sometimes you might think like, okay, a musician in 2025, you need to do all these things to be successful. But I mean, if you also, like you say, stick to your niche and be the best out of it, and it will definitely need you to work hard on it, like, because if you're going to be say like you're going to be like an Abel, I was studying with Lindsay last week, but like him with the cello, and now I mean even he's like with the cello, but even within that instrument, he's also making it unique
Yeah.
with the way he sings and stuff. So it's also like to think creatively around it. But yeah, to your point, I feel you have put it so well. You need to, if you stick to your lane, stick to your lane. Make sure you know that lane. But I think there are also many advantages in diversifying and stuff.
And I think diversifying also helped me find what I actually want to do.
Yeah.
So now with my DJ career, because what made me actually get into DJing is because I always used to see everybody getting into DJing. I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Because everybody wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So when I see everybody going this, I'm like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Now that sort of died down, but it's also sort of picking up again.
Yeah.
But what made me want to get into it, because I started playing with other DJs. So they would DJ, I would play djembe and congas and toys and all that.
Yeah.
But then again, came back to that issue of now I must wait for the DJ to say I have this
you
gig
and stuff.
So I'm like, why must I wait for people?
Yeah.
Why must I actually rely on somebody else? Why don't I just learn how to DJ and I DJ and play with myself?
Okay.
So
and how's that been for you? Like, because I know it's a whole language you have to learn on the DJing,
the
the
decks.
skills, the programming. Obviously, you rhythmic, like that's second nature to you. But now the technical side of the DJ, how has that been for you?
Yeah, so the technical side is not actually as complicated as it seems at first. Obviously, like the mixing into stuff and cutting things here, that will get...
Okay.
That takes a bit more skill. But just to go from one song into the other, that's not too difficult. Learning the controls on the decks, that's pretty easy.
Yeah, so you have your own control now?
I do have my own controller.
Okay.
So now I'm just trying to put in more time and focus into doing that. Start making more content. Because now I want to be... I don't want to really be a DJ, but I want to DJ and then perform.
Yeah, you always say no, you don't want to be like a DJ, but if you end up being like Avicii, please come back to the podcast. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, so like in my sense, like the main focus will be like my actual music skills. So while I play like, the congas and I play while the song is playing.
The song is going.
So not just standing there with the buttons. Like that's what I want people to come and watch me for.
No, that's pretty cool. I feel like you're going to be successful in that lane as well.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So please, like I'm saying it again, when you're in Ibiza someday, remember.
You can come and play.
I mean, I just want to have people come on the podcast, like the prestigious people you'll be hanging out with.
Bring black coffee for you.
So talking about the freelancing world, the performance, and the gigs and stuff. So you have graced some of the most prestigious stages, I would like to say. Maybe do the honors of saying some of your favorite ones, or all of them if you want. We got the time for it. What stages have you been part of, or productions that you have been part of?
Well, some of the highlights of my career from when I was in the Drakensberg already. So obviously when I was in the Drakensberg, there was a few TV shows we did. I can't remember all of them.
Oh wow.
Like some SABC2 channels, like sometimes it would be Mnet or something would be there. Then they filming something there in the mountains and we singing there or something.
Yeah.
And then I remember while I was part of JYO, The Voice asked JYO to do.
Oh yeah, so you were like the Voice.
So a handful of us got to perform with Mikasa on The Voice.
Yay! Wow.
Then Starlight Classics has been a big stage to expose you to and share with some of the biggest artists.
Yeah.
So when I was in the Drakensberg that year, Johnny Clegg was there.
Wow.
Then through these years that I've been doing Starlight Classics, we performed with Sipho Hot Sticks Mabuse last year. Performed with Vusi Nova.
Yeah.
This year it's gonna be Mikasa and Ami Faku. So there's pretty big artists that we perform with there.
Oh, wow.
There at NSA, one of the drummers there was really close with a lot of these artists. So Cabello was there and we just jammed with Cabello for some short TV thing with there.
Yeah. Wow.
And then traveling with the Drakensberg, been on many stages across the world. Some of the biggest stages.
Yeah.
One of the biggest ones that I remember is singing in the Morbid Tabernacle in Utah.
Wow. in America.
Yes, in America, there's been a lot.
Oh, wow. So, I mean, would you have thought about this like when, like you said, you were scared as an 8-year-old, your parents are saying go to the Drakensberg. Did that ever cross your mind, like that you will be sharing these big stages?
Yeah, I had
with
no
these big
idea that
artists?
we'd be doing
Right.
all these shows,
Yeah.
traveling the world the way we did, sharing
Wow,
the stages. So when I was at the Drakensberg, going on tour so much, like every second week, towards like the end of my time there, every second week we were going somewhere basically.
Wow.
So doing that so often, going overseas and seeing the places we did, meeting the people we did, that's what actually made me decide that music can actually help me achieve the things I want to do, which was see the world
And
meet people.
And it can still be a career. That's
Yes,
why
you can get paid to go and travel.
Right? Get paid doing what you love. Right? That's pretty awesome. And I know, I mean, you have also played in some philharmonic orchestras. Maybe mention a couple of them that you've played for. But on the back end of this, I want to ask, like, for instance, like, there's a progression that I can see that you've been, like you said, from the Drakensberg, you went into the Johannesburg Youth Orchestra, and you were part of the NSA, right? So there's a junior orchestra, and there's like a professional orchestra, right? So that's like a big thing, right? To say like, okay, you playing at the highest level, right? So which philharmonic orchestras have you played for?
Yeah, so mostly I played for the Johannesburg Philharmonic.
Okay.
And then with the Johannesburg Festival, which is now the Phoenix Orchestra. And then I played for the KZN Philharmonic a few times.
Yeah.
And then just a few other orchestras here and there when they putting together orchestras for specific shows or something, then you get the call and like, okay, I played for that one.
Does that call just come naturally, or you have to put in? I mean, like you say, you've been putting in the work. How do you get a call to get into a philharmonic orchestra?
Yeah,
in your own opinion.
In the orchestra scene, the music scene and all of it.
Yeah.
For me, the main thing from what I've seen is basically who you know.
Okay.
So obviously you're
putting yourself out there.
You start with your teacher. So like obviously Vian was my teacher.
Yeah.
Whenever somebody asks for something, and I'm sure you know, like with the circus or something. When they're looking for something, they're asking for somebody who he thinks would be able to do the job proficiently. Then he obviously gives them your number.
Yeah.
And then obviously your number travels around like that from person to person. Or they see you here and then like, okay, we want to book you.
Yeah.
And then also from there, after you've gotten in now, it's about showing that you can actually do it and then get the next call and the next call. So being punctual, doing what you actually have to do on stage. So all of that also plays a big factor. But obviously getting in there in the first place, you've put in the work, you have the skills, and it's just about also having the right people around you to get you connected and get you into those spaces.
Oh, wow. So, I mean, because I like I said, I want to ask it also on the hindsight that you've put in the work and now you're playing at the highest level of orchestra playing, if I should put it that way. But like in between that, the Johannesburg Youth Orchestra, NSA, and the Philharmonic, in between that, you were also part of the National Youth Orchestra.
Yeah, I did do the National Youth Orchestra.
Right. Can you please explain that? So you are in the South African National Youth Orchestra. It comprises of people from around
all over the country.
Right. So can you please explain that experience as well?
No, so that experience was also...
Did you have to audition to get it?
Yeah, we did a video audition, I think, at the time.
Yeah.
And then obviously also need a motivational letter from your teacher, so you're not taking somebody else's space and all of that.
Yeah.
But then that's also really just to develop your skills already. So these are kids who are already passionate about music. They want a career in music. So now you have people who have similar aspirations and dreams. And then you see how hard other people from around the country are working. So I wouldn't really say kids. Yeah, but yeah, but sometimes they are really like kids. Sometimes like you going there's like a 17, 18, even like 20 years old. Then there's a 15-year-old kid, but they putting in the work. And you can see they're at that level already where there's other people who are 20 years old.
Okay. And I mean, would you say, well, I want to get a sense of if they're saying South African National Youth Orchestra, to an audience, you'll be saying like, okay, it's primarily like all the 9 provinces, but is that the true reflection of it, or is primarily Joburg and Cape Town, folks? When you were there, like maybe let's speak when you were there.
When I was there, I'd say when you're looking at the different areas of the country, there were lots of people from Joburg and Cape Town.
Okay.
Obviously, because these are also the 2 biggest music hubs in the country when it comes to playing, orchestras and being exposed to the orchestral scene. But there were also a lot of people from KZN, a lot of people from East London, Bloemfontein. So there was really kids from around the country.
Okay.
Joburg and Cape Town may have been more predominant than other areas, but we did have kids from all over the country.
Okay. That's cool. No, awesome. Congratulations on your career path. Like you really been doing great things, man. Like
when you're doing it, it doesn't actually seem, but now that you mention it, actually I did do a lot of things.
You've been in the scene. So I also know like you do theater stuff. Is it the Northcliffe? I'm forgetting the name now.
Yeah,
Please,
Northcliffe High School. I've done their production. I've done Western High School's production. They say we did a few productions while I was there.
How's theater music compared to the other music that you've been doing?
Well, theater is a bit more out of my comfort zone because of how busy it is and how
it's quite demanding.
It's very demanding there. You have to be ready to play next one song into the next. So when you're playing like one instrument, it is a bit easier.
Yeah.
But like as a one-man percussionist, when you have to play those scores, you have to jump from marimba, go to a tambourine.
Yeah.
You have to set up like this, play there, jump there, play a timpani, play a crash cymbal at the same time. So you look like an octopus there.
Yeah.
But you figure out a way, and then it becomes fun once you get through all of that.
Yeah.
Like once you have your setup right,
Okay.
it becomes a lot easier.
Okay. And I mean, with what you're saying, it's quite demanding. Not just you as and the player or the musician, but also the equipment that you need. Can you please expurgate or explain to the audience the instruments that you use, you play?
All of them.
Okay. Are they easy to get, or you have to really work hard to acquire these instruments?
Yeah, so like timpani, nobody just really has a timpani at their house. So then
just walk up
obviously
at Cow's house and there's a timpani and be like, you've got money, right?
Yeah, so nobody really just has a timpani. So you'd have to hire from a school or an organization like the JYO or maybe from like the SABC. And obviously those instruments are cheap. One timpani by itself, I think, depending on the brand or something, but easily like 100K.
Yeah, just
for
one
timpani.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need 2 minimum.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Then you need like a marimba or a xylophone or vibraphone.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need all of them just for like one specific note that the composer wants. So you must get all of those things. Then specific symbols. Sometimes they want like a Chinese gong, they want an African shaker. So then you have to really look to see what you have, who do you know who has all the other stuff.
And then you hire them out.
And then obviously then you must all play drum kit on top of that. So now you need to find the kit that can fit in that space but still
do the job. And then someone says come and play for exposure.
After you have spent 6,000 rand on a new drum or something, and then
the story of our lives, man.
Exposure must pay for your new drum kit,
right? Okay. Okay, so that's really cool. Let's get back to what I was saying. You can see that cow is buffed up. Right? I mean, it's a concern for us who always play with him, and the guy you see comes on the gig is and okay, I also need to work on my fitness, but I know you're a fitness junkie, right? What made you get into fitness? And on the back end of that, like, how important for a musician in 2025 now, like to make sure that our health is intact and we are fit for the industry?
Okay, so what got me into fitness, because as a child, I was obviously a bit fat.
Is it?
Yes. Lots of
Okay.
people don't actually believe that until I show them a
Really?
picture.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was fat as a kid. And then obviously, you know how they bully fat kids. So a part of that has always stuck with me. So
Is
that
it?
also did
Okay.
push me a bit.
Yeah.
But then also as I grew older and then when fitness was more like a punishment back in school, it got to a point where it was actually becoming more enjoyable, where you could actually see like the benefits of fitness.
Fitness, yeah.
You can do things for longer periods of time. You're getting stronger. You're doing this, that. Lots of things become easier.
Yeah.
So then that also did help me
Yeah. Wow.
develop more of a passion for fitness. Then obviously you feel better because inside you can breathe better. Your body's changing, you're looking better, people are complimenting you. Okay, yeah, I can see it. So then obviously that all builds one on top of the other, and then it just becomes more and more of a passion. And then eventually also just got to a point where like, okay, now I want to see what my body can actually do.
Okay. So that's when now this excessive fitness. Yeah, I mean, I'll try and put some videos for you guys to see, because this guy really goes in. If he's saying he's going on a drill, like he's really going into it and stuff. And
yeah, we don't do that much.
But like it definitely also, like you said, you feel better, so that makes your play also better as a musician and stuff.
Yeah, so like as a drummer, obviously if you have the stamina to be playing for longer periods of time, you see we do those 2-hour gigs where we standing there doing and playing djembe for so long. So obviously not just your hands but your arms, and then I also do the other corporate drumming events. So there you need energy, you need to be moving up and down. So obviously if you don't have a lot of energy or stamina to be able to keep up those high levels of energy for the show, then you're obviously not going to be getting gigs anymore.
Okay. All right.
And then also it doesn't hurt to have the audience have something nice to look at.
I mean, obviously. Yeah. And I know with that in mind, Kao is also a model and an actor on top of this, right? So, and I know like you're more like a serial entrepreneur as well. Let's talk about the modeling and acting. And I mean, it comes in different ways when you say like, no, you model, you're an actor. I know you've done some production where you are both an model, but like you're playing an instrument, I think. Was it the Sundance thing?
Yeah, so the Sundance thing was more of like just the band thing. We had to be there as like the marching band for one of these adverts that they did for.
Yeah.
I think it was Sundance versus Chiefs or something. So the promo for that, we were part of the marching band for that.
Okay. But how's that career as well, like being a model and an actor?
Yeah, so that's something I just decided, okay, let me try and get into it just to see. Because obviously everybody, when you see somebody on TV, you're like, oh, one day I also want to be on TV, see what that's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I was walking through Brampton. Actually, I just come from the gym.
Yeah.
I think I just come from the gym. I was heading towards my bus or the taxi or somewhere.
Yeah.
And then a guy just walked up to me and asked, "Hi, you look good.
Yeah.
Do you model or whatever?" And then he had his own casting agency. So I joined. They sent me briefs. I went for a brief and then I got cast in my first brief for Boston.
Okay.
Yeah, so then that thing's still running today even.
Wow.
I still haven't actually seen it on TV. I just searched it on YouTube, but I still get people saying, is this
we
you?
saw you on
saw you on TV.
Yeah.
So that's an experience. Like, okay, it's just one thing I did. It's just, I feel like there's some level of like celebrity to that. It's just like, oh, I saw you. Oh, I know him. Like just...
He's trying to just be humble, this guy, you know? He's trying to be humble with these skills and stuff. But yeah, kudos for you for all this stuff you're doing. Because I really see it in you, like the way you're diversifying. And I always say, like, if you have the opportunity to do so, it also helps you with your creativity and your career. Because now you're not just thinking about, like, where is my next bill going to be settled from. So you got all this stuff in your basket that allows you to still do what you enjoy.
Yeah, and that's an important thing, especially nowadays, because nothing is ever, as COVID showed us, nothing is ever really guaranteed.
Right. Yeah.
And then when something does happen, if you do have other skills and all that, you can use those skills
Yeah.
to actually help you out, make money for you. And then also now, very recently, I've also realized that it's important to be able to push yourself, have all these other things at your disposal to actually help build your career, help further it.
Yeah. No, cool. So I have a question for you. I've never asked this question on the podcast before, and I don't know why I'm asking you. Do you think AI is going to replace musicians?
Musicians, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Yeah, maybe AI can make like an electronically produced beat that sounds nice, but there's an aspect to live performing and live music that can't be replicated by a computer.
So you can safely say someone who's considering to get into the music industry, like now, AI won't be a threat to them.
I don't think so. Because imagine you have a Blue Earth gig that's a robot.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Nobody's going to really be, the robot is playing a marimba. Backtrack. There's just something about the raw sound of the instrument and having the band play it themselves. And also being able to adapt to the situation.
Right.
Because you obviously feed off the energy that the crowd is giving.
Yeah.
So if it's an AI computer there, the AI can't actually read that, okay, these people are enjoying this, these people aren't really enjoying this. We're playing too loud here, we're playing too soft here.
Okay.
AI can't really gauge and grasp all of that now, can it?
Yeah. No, it was just an interesting question I had for you because I want to make this platform as practical as possible, as I've said. And if these conversations are going on, and I was having that conversation on another platform at university and stuff, and it was just interesting to hear people's perspective about it. So yeah, I was just interested to hear about like what you think about AI, and because I know like it is part of us now, and it's like you say, like with beats and stuff. It was interesting to see there's this platform called Output. And what you actually do, you just put in, like say, you just prompt it and
I
whatever.
wanted in that style of Drake,
and then it gives you samples for them. They're saying like, no, it's to work with the producers and stuff, but like you can already see that it's trying to get into that space. And
because I think even on that topic, AI can probably be a lot bigger in that space than it can in the live music space.
All right, okay.
But I still think it needs the element of the actual human producer because, like I said, when you have people in the studio working together, there's just something about the human elements that is what makes it attractive to other people.
Yeah. No, true.
Because when AI is doing this, it obviously can't come up with something by itself. It's going off of what it's learned from other things. So it can make it sound like Drake or something.
Yeah.
But obviously, if Drake is doing it himself, there's that aspect of Drake. And that is what a computer can't replicate.
It was interesting. I saw a post that also says like artificial intelligence. Not really. It's artificial imitation.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. Right.
That's actually...
it's literally just imitating what's there. So the output comes from us human beings too.
I like that. I think I'm actually start using that.
Yeah. Artificial imitation. But no, cool, man. This has been interesting, actually. I've learned a lot about you. Like, I actually didn't know, but
I learned a lot about myself.
But I really am pressing in this. Like, please keep doing what you're doing. It's really you are a unique Kyle, and you're doing all this stuff, and that's really awesome and inspiring for someone out there as well and stuff. So, with that in mind, where does Kyle Allen see himself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, that's tricky because there's a lot I want to do, especially before the end of this year.
Okay.
So
if you care to share.
So one of the main things I'm focusing on is trying to start a music school.
Okay.
Yeah, the person who didn't want to be a teacher starting a music school.
Interesting.
But the reason behind that is because I also want to expose kids to the fact that music can actually be a career.
Okay.
Because lots of times when people say they want to do music, lots of parents say, go and study this first as a safety net, all of that.
Story of our lives, yeah.
So, but as I'm sure you've noticed, the people we've grown up around who have chosen music as a career, nobody's struggling really.
Yeah.
People can live comfortably. They have cars, they have houses, they have families.
Yeah.
They have stable incomes. So you can actually have a stable income through music.
True.
Or as a freelancer, you can still, it may not be consistent. Like 1 month you can make like corporate level salary, and then the next month could be school holidays or something, or no gigs, and there you're using last month's money trying to. But that's all part of the experience, and also it teaches you about financial management, teach you how to be disciplined, and actually make wise financial decisions.
Yeah.
But also the main thing that I want to start with the school is to expose kids, or not even kids, even adults who have, lots of adults you meet say, I used to do this, or I wish I played guitar or something, and show them there's still a chance to play. But I also want to expose the kids to the fact that music can be a career with the help, with the right help and guidance and right support structure.
Yeah.
So also I want to start an events company that links with the music school.
Awesome.
So then now as the kids are developing their skills, they can already be exposed to these other gigging opportunities to show them you can make money. There is a career in this. Sometimes you never know when they book you for a gig and they pay for your travels and all of that, so you can see the world out there. So there are opportunities there. You just need to grab them and have the right people there to actually expose you to the opportunities.
Yeah. That's a really unique idea. I mean, and concept and everything. And please make it come to fruition.
It's gonna happen.
And do you have a name for the school already?
I'm still looking between a few names.
We'll call you back when you have started the school.
I'll be back next year to tell you about the school.
Is that the only thing in the next 5 years that you're seeing?
So then also, like I said, I want to push the DJ career, but more as a producer, also producing my own stuff, so not just playing other people's music. So that obviously, if you're playing your own music as a DJ, you're obviously gonna be booked more likely than somebody else.
True.
Why would you play somebody to play Kabza when you can have Kabza himself there? We also performed at Kabza a few weeks ago.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Cool. Where?
At the Santon Convention Center for a corporate gig. He was the artist there. We played with him.
Awesome.
So then having my own music out there, so then that also diversifies exposure opportunities, income opportunities. Because now I can have it streaming on Spotify. I can have live gigs with it playing there. So obviously all of that, and then create more content. And just become more of a music entrepreneur.
Okay. I like that. Music entrepreneur. I mean, you are a serial entrepreneur already. But this has been awesome, Kyle. I know there's, a lot, but I'll definitely have you back on. But before we go, can you please share with the audience, if they want to get a hold of you, what are your social handles?
So if you want to get a hold of me as Kyle, just search Kyle Ellens on Facebook and Instagram. If you want to follow me as well, musician and the career, and see where things are about to start heading towards, check me out at Kyle the Musician.
Kyle the Musician. Are you on TikTok?
I am on TikTok.
Okay,
For now, TikTok is just being Kyle. So TikTok has everything that I'm doing. Just normal stuff, workouts, music stuff, my school bands, all of that. So now TikTok is just a mash of all of it. Just
and just a little
Kyle's life.
a little nugget on that. How important is it for a musician in 2025 to be present online?
So it's getting more and more important as a musician. Because when Instagram first came out, I was like, okay, I'm not doing this. Like everybody's on Instagram. When TikTok came, I said, I don't want TikTok. But then as my career grew, I'm like, okay, maybe I might need an Instagram account. Eventually I was also, maybe I might need a TikTok account. Because obviously you get exposed to people all around the world. You never know who's gonna watch whichever video, and like, oh, I like what this person is doing. They could share it, and then suddenly it goes viral. Or that person could just be like, okay, get in contact with this person. I want to book them. So you never know what opportunities are there just from
the opportunities are endless. So
what I keep hearing a lot lately is now is the easiest time to become a millionaire.
Oh,
and
yeah.
to become whatever you want because of all the exposure. So through all these years, we didn't have access and we weren't as connected as we are now.
Yeah.
So now you get everything in real time. So whatever gets released in America, we get it here now. So everybody's always like, okay, what's coming from there? What's coming from there? Why don't we go and take what we have there?
No, true. Awesome. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I would definitely need you back when you're playing in a beta, So, but thank you so much for gracing your presence and your wisdom and sharing your experiences with us.
Thank you for having me. I look forward to the next time.
Yeah. Cool. So, everybody, please check out on the next episode and we'll see you there. Peace.
See you.